Look up tonight. Really look. That sky full of stars feels close enough to reach out and touch. But here is a secret almost nobody tells you. You are not actually seeing the stars themselves, not the real ones. You are only seeing their light. And light, as impossibly fast as it is, travels at a fixed speed, about 300,000 kilometers every second. That sounds instant, but the universe is so vast that even light ends up being painfully slow. So here is the strange part. When you look up at the night sky, you are not looking at the present moment at all. You are looking directly into the past. Every single point of light up there is like a message sent out toward you a very, very long time ago and only just now arriving. Take the sun, the closest star to us. It feels completely instant, right? It is not. The sunlight warming your face right now actually left the surface of the sun about 8 minutes ago. If the sun somehow vanished this very second, you would keep seeing it and feeling its warmth for 8 more full minutes, completely unaware that anything had changed at all. The moon is a little over 1 second away. Jupiter, when it swings close to us, is around 40 minutes away. So already, the sky is starting to feel less like a live photo of right now and much more like an old handwritten letter that took years and years to finally arrive. Now, let us push much further out. The nearest star beyond our own sun is called Proxima Centauri. Its light takes just over 4 years to cross the emptiness and reach your eyes. So tonight, you are seeing that star exactly as it was 4 whole years ago, not as it truly is right now. 4 years. Stop and think about where you were and who you were 4 years ago. That is how genuinely out of date that tiny dot of light really is. And remember, that is the closest star to us. It only gets stranger from here. Most of the stars you can spot with just your naked eye are far, far more distant than that. Hundreds of years away, some of them well over 1,000. When you look at them, you are seeing light that is older than your great-great-grandparents ever were. Think about that for a second. The whole sky above you is a map of different times. Some of that light is young. Some of it is unimaginably, impossibly old. And every night, all of it arrives together in the very same glance. So let that sink in for just a moment. Now, let us go deeper. So, how do we even know any of this? How do we measure a distance so unimaginably huge that the numbers basically stop making any sense to a human brain? Well, over the centuries, we did something clever. We slowly built ourselves better eyes, giant ones. High up on remote mountaintops, far from the glow of any city lights, sit some of the largest telescopes ever built by human hands. These are machines with mirrors wider than an entire house, quietly drinking in faint light that has traveled for thousands of years just to end its long journey, landing on a single sensor. And far above the clouds, floating in the vacuum of space itself, other telescopes stare even deeper. Freed at last from the blur and shimmer of our atmosphere, they can catch light so faint and so ancient that it left its home star long before any human being existed anywhere on Earth. Every single image these telescopes capture is in a very real sense a genuine time machine. Point one at exactly the right patch of dark, empty sky, and you are not really taking a photograph at all. You are carefully digging up a fossil made entirely out of ancient light. Now, let me show you the single strangest star in the whole night sky. First, find the famous constellation of Orion, the Hunter. See his shoulder glowing with a deep, moody, reddish light? That particular star has a name, and it is a great one: Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is what we call a red supergiant, and it is absolutely enormous, almost beyond imagining. If you took our own sun out and dropped Betelgeuse right in its place, it will completely swallow Mercury, Venus, our Earth and stretch out almost as far as Jupiter itself. And here is the incredible thing. This gigantic star is currently dying. Betelgeuse is running dangerously low on the nuclear fuel that keeps it burning bright. One day, and possibly soon in cosmic terms, it will collapse and detonate as a brilliant supernova, bright enough to be clearly visible even in the middle of the day. And here is the truly mind-bending part. It might have already happened, because its light takes centuries to travel across all that space and reach us. The Betelgeuse you gaze up at tonight could already be long gone. Its final, spectacular explosion might already be over and done, with the light of that enormous blast still racing silently across the galaxy toward your eyes. Right now, this very second. So when you look at that little red dot, remember what you might really be seeing. Not a star that is there, but the ghost of one, still glowing across the dark. Beautiful, isn't it? Now, let us go even further out. Betelgeuse feels impossibly far, whole centuries away from us. But believe it or not, we are only just getting warmed up. Because with nothing but your own two eyes, on a clear and truly dark night, you can personally see something almost unbelievably, ridiculously distant. Look carefully toward the constellation of Andromeda. Somewhere in there, you will find a faint, fuzzy little smudge of pale light. Honestly, at first glance, it does not look like much of anything at all. But that faint little smudge is not a star. That smudge is an entire galaxy, sitting right there in your vision. The Andromeda galaxy contains roughly 1 trillion stars, far more even than our own Milky Way. And the light coming from it has been traveling steadily toward you across the dark for 2.5 million years. 2.5 million years just to reach your single eye tonight. Really think about that for a moment. When that light first left Andromeda, there were no humans anywhere on Earth. Our distant ancestors were only just beginning to learn how to shape the very first simple stone tools. That light crossed the vast emptiness of space through the entire span of human history, and it finally lands in your eye tonight. It is, by far, the most distant object you can possibly see with no machine at all. No telescope, no equipment, nothing but your own eyes. And you are seeing it exactly as it once was, long, long before anyone existed who could ever look up at the sky and quietly wonder about it. But how on earth did we ever manage to figure all of this out? For most of human history, we genuinely believed our own galaxy was the entire universe, that this really was all there ever was. Then, a few remarkably careful and patient people came along and changed absolutely everything we thought we knew about our place in it. One brilliant scientist, studying faint stars that blinked on and off in a steady, regular rhythm, discovered an ingenious way to actually measure real distances across the cosmos itself. Her clever method finally unlocked the true, staggering scale of space. Her name was Henrietta Leavitt, and to this day, far too few people know it. And using her discovery as a kind of master key, another astronomer proved that those faint, fuzzy smudges were in fact entire separate galaxies, and that the whole universe was steadily expanding outward in every direction. His name was Edwin Hubble. The great telescope floating up in space still proudly carries his name today. Because of them, we finally understood just how vast and how ancient everything truly is. Every point of light in the sky suddenly had a story, and a distance, and an age. We were no longer just staring at dots. We were reading the deep history of the cosmos, and that changes everything about the way you look up. So let us bring it all together. So here is where all of this finally leaves us. Every single time you look up at the sky, you are not really seeing the sky as it actually is right now. You are seeing 1,000 different moments of the past, all layered on top of one another and all arriving at your eye at the exact same instant. The moon as it was 1 second ago, a planet as it was minutes ago, a nearby star as it was years ago, Betelgeuse as it was centuries ago, and Andromeda as it was 2.5 million years ago. All of it caught together in a single ordinary glance upward. The night sky is not a photograph of the present. It is history itself, quietly painted across the dark in pure light. You are, quite literally, looking out at a universe that no longer exists in the exact way that you are seeing it right now. And here is something even stranger. Every atom in your body, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, was forged inside a star that died long ago. You are, in the most literal sense, made of stardust. Those distant dying stars are not strangers, they are your ancestors. So, somewhere out there, at this very moment, new stars are being born and old stars are dying in total silence. Their stories are already finished, yet their light is still traveling, patiently waiting for far off eyes that can finally catch it. So the next time someone glances up and says the stars are just pretty little dots in the sky, you will quietly know the real truth. You are not just looking at dots, you are looking directly across time itself. Now I am genuinely curious. Which one got you the most? Was it the sun's 8-minute delay? Betelgeuse, maybe already gone? Or Andromeda, older than all of humanity? Let me know down in the comments below because I really do read them. And if this video made you see the night sky just a little bit differently tonight, then you already know exactly what to do. Hit that subscribe button and let us keep looking up at all of this together, one quiet story at a time. Because the universe is absolutely full of these impossible, beautiful truths. And honestly, we are only just getting started. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next one.